What is the cheapest and most versatile single-DIN digital media receiver in the market right now? Well, here is your answer, the JVC KD-462BT digital media receiver with Spotify. I bought this unit for 7,500 Kenya shillings. For that exact amount, a Pioneer head unit only comes with one pre-out versus the 4V 3 pre-outs on this head unit. The Pioneer MVHS325BT media receiver also comes with only blue illumination versus variable color LED on this head unit that you can control from your phone. Hello there, my name is Dominic and today I'll be unboxing and reviewing the JVC KD-462BT. I would like to mention that this head unit and the Kenwood KMM-BT305 are exactly the same unit. That's because they come from the same company, JVC Kenwood. The only difference is the placement of the buttons at the front. These are removable plates for the head unit. And now the receiver. This wiring harness can also fit the Kenwood head unit perfectly. The other accessories include a remote control, a pouch for carrying the front face, and a Bluetooth microphone with a 3-meter cable. Also in the packaging is some paperwork that includes the warranty card and the user manual. This head unit comes with a glossy front cover, which I don't prefer. I prefer matte black because glossy surfaces are very prone to fingerprints. You also get an installation bracket on this head unit, and let's take a look at the ports at the back. Starting from the left, we have a 10 ampere fuse, a wiring harness connector, the exact same connector on the Kenwood head unit we talked about earlier. We have the heatsink, Bluetooth mic connector, 3 sets of 4V pre-out, front, rear, and subwoofer, and lastly, we have an antenna connector on the far right. The JVC 462BT has quite a number of inputs. First of all, you have FM, and this head unit has what is known as RDS. RDS is radio data system, where the broadcaster can send additional information alongside the radio signal. For example, this broadcaster is sending this information which is being decoded by the head unit. Apart from the station name, this other broadcaster has Up Next and Currently Playing Songs. You can see that it's displaying the song name as well as the artists. To change the source, you can either press the source button over here, or you can press the source button on this remote control. And one thing about this remote control is that it's very basic. You can't even enter the menu with this remote control. It only controls the source, the mute, the sound, and the volume. That's it. The directional buttons are for navigation in case you use Bluetooth or a USB device on this head unit. Apart from AM, the other sources are shortwave 1, shortwave 2, Spotify Bluetooth. We have Bluetooth audio. And then we have auxiliary, and of course we have USB. If you insert a USB device or your Android device, it will connect automatically to Android Auto. Not everyone uses AM, and I'm going to show you how to disable these other inputs. But first, let us disable that annoying beep. To enter into the settings, you press and hold this button over here. Then you rotate the volume button. To system, then you press the volume button. That's the key beep. You press again to confirm. Then you select off. The back button is at the bottom over here. And that beep is gone. This is how you disable the AM and shortwave inputs. Press and hold the settings button. Then rotate until you come to system settings. Then rotate it until you come to source select. Then whatever source you select, for example shortwave 1, I can just choose off and press the volume button to confirm like that. Then I go back, I rotate shortwave 2, off, confirm. Spotify is okay, built-in auxiliary is okay. You can see that we didn't see the AM in that setting. That's because it's already selected. So I just need to change my source to Spotify. Then we go into the settings again so that we can disable AM. And there you have AM. Select off, confirm, and we go back. After successfully connecting Bluetooth, you can see that we have the network. In this case, we have Wi-Fi and we have the battery capacity. So this head unit can tell us if our phone's battery is getting low. And don't worry if it gets too low, you can actually fast charge it using the USB port. This USB port can deliver 1.5 amperes. The head unit is displaying the exact time and date. And I didn't set this, that's because it's pulling this information from the JVC remote application. We'll talk about this application later on in the video. So what about a sound test? Now, of course, the sound quality will not translate well into my microphone, but I can assure you that this is a very strong head unit. I can comfortably use this head unit with the 6x9 speakers. And take a look at this cone movement. This is a very strong head unit. It has 50 watts times 4, that's the maximum power, but 22 watts RMS. You can comfortably use this head unit without the need of an amplifier. If you press the settings button, you can actually match the illumination of this screen with the music playing, as you can see right now. And now some of the settings. These settings will be best seen when we connect to the JVC remote application. To use this application, you first need to connect your head unit and your phone to Bluetooth first. Then you come to these three dots at the top right and select connect. You can see the Kenwood. Now the top left corner, those four boxes, you can add applications, and these are the applications that I use for music, and these are what I have added. I can even choose Spotify, and I can play any Spotify song that I want. Now you can see that this input is actually showing the name of the song, and if you give it time, it will actually scroll to show the name of the artist. Now this was available on the Spotify Bluetooth input over here. Now earlier this year, Spotify actually depreciated this feature. The only thing that you will see is just connecting. Now I have noticed that when I connect an Android 12 device to this head unit, it will actually show me the name of the song as well as the artist. Now to play the next song, I can either use the remote control over here, or I can use the next buttons on the head unit. This application is buggy, and I hope they fix it soon. It keeps disconnecting. So let's go to receiver settings over here. And this is a very good application. First, we have the equalizer. These are all the settings that you can change. You can change in an instant on your phone like that. Then you have the sound effects. We have fader and balance. And you can select whatever position you want just by dragging this pointer on the screen and then clicking on save. To reset it, you just click on center. Then we have time alignment. This is something that you have to set according to your listening position for better sound. Then we have the speaker settings, and you can actually set even the speaker sizes. Right now I'm using 16cm front speakers and 6x9s as my rear speakers. So if I just select rear speakers over here, I can actually set the speaker size to 6x9 for better sound. This head unit even has crossover. If you are familiar with audio, you can actually set this according to your needs. I can disallow the bass from my front speakers by setting it to 250 Hz, then I save. And that kills the bass on my front speakers. And here is the difference with through. And now we have some bass. We also have car settings over here, and you can select whatever car you have for the best audio. And now the color setting. According to these settings, you can see that the color actually changes immediately. Now in speaker subwoofer settings, we have subwoofer over here. If you have connected a subwoofer to the subwoofer output at the back, you can actually set it to on or off from here, and you can actually set the pre-level over here. And you can match this to your subwoofer amplifier gain. Now if I select mode change over here, this is more of a better input. And you can see our inputs at the bottom. We have FM, we have Bluetooth, and we have auxiliary. And you can do a lot more here. You have mute, you have sound, you have next, as well as volume. Over here, you can change the station just by swiping a finger across the screen like that. And you can mute it just by tapping on the screen like that. So this application is a very nice application. So that was my review of the JVC KD-462BT. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new today. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching and goodbye.